Nvidia's Geforce GTX1080 video card is fast, really freaking fast. It's the company's most powerful consumer video card yet. It even outpaces last year's Titan X card, which still sells for over $1,000. And better yet, it's far less expensive, retailing for around $599 from third parties. What's special about the 1080 is that it's Nvidia's first consumer GPU based on its Pascal design. That's based on a 16nm FinFET architecture, which describes a type of 3D transistor. That allows Nvidia to reach even higher clock speeds than before and make it far more efficient than previous cards. By default, it's clocked at 1607 MHz, with boost speeds up to 1733, and it packs in 8GB of Micron's new GDDR5X RAM, which gives it a lot more memory bandwidth than previous cards. The card we're looking at today is Nvidia's 699 Founders Edition. It's a custom designed version with an aluminum vapor chamber cooler. That means it gathers heat and blows it out of your case. It's got one HDMI port on the back, along with 3 DisplayPort connectors and 1 DVI port. It's powered by a single 8-pin PCIe power connector, which is impressive since last year's GTX1080 Ti card required 2 8-pin power plugs. So how fast is this thing really? In 4K with all the graphics settings turned to high, it clocked in around 10 frames per second more than the AMD R9 Fury X card in Hitman and Fallout 4. Best of all, it made 4K a lot more playable on my rig, reaching around 43 frames per second in The Witcher 3 and 48 frames per second in Hitman. If you're just gaming in full HD, the 1080 is definitely far more than you need. But if you're going a bit higher, let's say 2560 by 1440 resolution, it'll ensure you'll be able to run new and upcoming games with all the graphical niceties at a smooth 60 frames per second. That's my preferred gaming resolution, and the 1080 was able to handle Doom and Quantum Break, 2 really visually intense new games, at 60 frames per second, no problem. The GTX 1080 was also built with virtual reality in mind. Nvidia's new simultaneous multi-projection technology makes it far more efficient at rendering VR scenes, as well as gaming with triple monitor setups. It only needs to render VR scenes once, whereas other cards have to render them twice for the 2 displays in VR headsets. On both the HTC Vive and Oculus Rift, the GTX 1080 worked flawlessly on just about every game I threw at it. It should also be able to hold up as VR headsets move towards higher resolution displays in the future. Basically, if you've been saving up for a new video card over the past few years, the 1080 is exactly what you're looking for.